Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers. Welcome newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey with us by hitting that subscription button and also the bell notification to be notified of my new uploads. Please give a thumbs up on the videos. It's very important to have it circulate, and the way that it circulates a lot is by giving those thumbs up, commenting, and please also share on your Facebook public with your family, friends, and whoever comes across this channel and becomes part of it, to be growing each day a bigger family. Thank you so much for your kind words and for your suggestions and your opinions. It means a lot to me. Thank you. I also want to mention that I created a crochet group in Facebook, which I'll leave the links below. If you want to be part of my crochet group, you're more than welcome, as long as you have a Facebook profile, because there's a lot of scams and thieves into the crochet groups now, stealing people's identities, and you have to be extremely careful with that, especially opening up links when they post links on the groups. Especially the ones that starts with bit. Avoid those links. Those are all scammers. So you have to be extremely careful, people. So, like I said, I'll leave everything in the description box. Also the measurements for this pattern that I just finished creating. Also up top, there's 3 little buttons. You can click there to slow down the video to your liking. Right next to it, there's the CC for closed caption. Turn that on. Everything I will be saying will be written down here. You can pause, take notes. If you don't have it up in the corner, then on the video, right up in the corner, it says settings. Click there, and right in there, it will tell you to slow down the video to the speed you want. And also the CC will be in there also. Okay, so also want to mention, I do have my Instagram below, my TikTok, my Facebook page, the Facebook group, my email. So you have many ways of communicating with me and following me around. Also want to mention, for the people that can support a little bit by donating for thread yarn for the women in need. They're in desperate need for some yarn and thread to create some pieces, and they don't have means to buy it. They cannot afford to buy it. They live off little pensions or welfare, or, single moms with children. They cannot, be spending the money on yarn or threads. If you have extra, you're more than welcome to message me through Instagram, my Facebook, whatever the case may be, or email, and I'll give you their address. You can send it directly to them. If you would like to donate, my PayPal account will be below. It's created especially for them, to help them out. This is my mission, is to help these women to get their minds busy and off stress. Please do help and donate. I can't stress enough asking everyone to pitch in a little bit. It doesn't matter the amount. At the end of the day, it all adds up, and it gives me the opportunity to buy the threads for them and ship it out to them. I am in Europe, so here is in euros, and of course, the exchange rate, euros is more than dollars. So, but it doesn't matter, because if everybody pitches in a bit, it all adds up, and I'll be able to buy it and send it out. So I want to thank every single one of you. Next thing, this is a 4-ply 100% cotton thread. These are Portugal brands. You can only find these type of threads here in the country. So 4-ply, but I'm sure you'll find 4-plies in your country. If not, you could always go online and find them there. 4-plies, cotton thread, 100% cotton thread. Hook number 3, pair of scissors, of course, and a small one to tuck in loose ends. So I want to thank every single one of you again, and we're going to get started, people, okay? This is very simple, very delicate. There's a lot of little details to it, especially for the rosebuds, the flowers growing in, but it's a beautiful pattern. Now, these are small doilies that can go for small tables or side tables on the living room, or even on your dining room if you have small tables. Perfect for that, or for the kitchen. I will be creating, this is for a kitchen, for an order. I will be creating the bigger piece, so that tutorial will come up after I'm done with the small doily one, okay? So let's get started, everyone. Thank you so much. Okay, you guys, so on my last tutorial, I did a tutorial on this doily, and now I'm going to do on the table runner. Now, for some reason, at the beginning here of, or the double crochet, which is the second row, it jumped. So you can basically see that I had started, had done this side here, and then I continued to go a little bit here. I don't know why it jumped, but these added apps, sometimes they can just eat the recordings, or they cut as I'm editing. So I have no idea what happened, but thank God it shows here how it is done with the 3 double crochets. Let me see to make sure. The 2 double crochets inside and 1 on top of the double crochet. Now for these ones here, I mention a lot of times that you can, if your stitch is too tight, do 2 chain instead of 1. I have 1, but on the second row here where I'm doing the groups on my edges, sometimes I add 2 chains so it doesn't pull. So you can play around with the pattern a little bit. Okay, so just a reminder again for people that are doing the doily, because I will be posting this link to the doily for people to do the table runner. So let me just verify here again, because sometimes, I'm telling you, sometimes this is a special case. So it's 2 double crochet inside of the space and 1 on top of the double crochet. Getting here on the side one, 3 double crochets. Of course, we're putting 1 on top of the double crochet right here at the edge, the connection. 3 inside here, and 6 double crochets here, and then 3 here again, 1 on top of the double crochet here, and then 2 double crochet, and then 1 on top of the double crochet, and it proceeds that way. So we're going to go now with the table runner. Now the beginning of the video is the beginning of this doily. I didn't want to repeat the same things all over again, so it's already there, but we're going to continue now with the table runner. So okay, so it's not the doily, it's the table runner. Let's get started, people. So the first thing you want to do, slip stitch knot and chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I come into the first one, slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 3 for double crochet, 1 for turning. This time we're going to do it this way, incomplete. 1, 2, and 3. So you have 4 on the hook. Close it at once. 1, 2 chain separation for space, and we're going to do 3 incomplete double crochets again. And close it at once. 1 chain and 1 double crochet. Turn our work, chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a little bit different than Doily to start, but it's the same stitch. It just makes it easier for us. Double crochet incomplete, double crochet incomplete, and the third one incomplete. Close it at once. Chain 2, separation, space, and again 3 double crochets incomplete, and close it at once. 1 chain. We're going to come into not where we have the chain, but the next one right after, which is chain 3 that is from the double crochet. Chain 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn around into the space here. 1, 2, 3 double crochets incomplete, and close it at once. 2 chain separation, 1, 2, and complete. Close it at once, 1 chain separation. Now for some of you that have a very extreme tight, then do 2 chain separation. You know how that goes when you are doing your chains. If you're too tight, then you do 2. I'm going to continue mine. On the doilies, there's 15 rows of these. I'm going to go higher because it's a table runner, so I want it longer. I'll meet you at the end of mine and tell you how much rows do I have here of this motif. Okay, everyone, so I've done 30 motifs. Okay. On my 30th, because this is going to be a little bit over a meter, on my 30th, this is the part where it cut off on the doily. So you can watch it from here if you're going to create a doily. So no separation here, and you would do, actually, sorry, no separation, but you do 1 chain, and then you come in and you do the double crochet. Okay, so now we're going to come in here with a single and chain 2. For some of you, it's chain 3 if your stitch is too tight. Inside of here, we're going to create 1 more double crochet. On top of here, we're going to do a double crochet on top of the where the 1 chain is. Inside of the space again, 2 double crochet. In between the spaces, 1 double crochet. So we're going to continue this until the corner, and then I'll meet you at the corner. This is row 2, by the way. So now I'm coming to the end after doing my 2 double crochet inside of each space and 1 on top of the double crochet. I'm coming into this one here also and creating double crochet inside of this double crochet here. I'm doing 1, 2, and 3. In the center here, I'm going to do 6 double crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. In the side double crochet here, I'm going to do my 3. So we have to repeat the same thing on this side as we just finished doing on the other side. So 3 double crochets and 1 on top of the stitch here. And then we proceed again with 2 double crochet per space and 1 here connecting the rows, and again repeat 2 double crochet and 1 connecting the rows. Now make sure that you have the same amount of double crochets on this side. So if you need to put like a little piece of thread, just to make sure, you're going to count it. So we're not going to count. Okay, we have 6 here, so we're going to go in between the middle. Just if you have like a little marker or something, go ahead and put it there. So you know this is the middle from the 6 inside of where we started chain 4 here. So you need to count all of these double crochets, and we're going to add 1 on top of here also, and then actually we're going to add on our way back. I'll show you when we get to here. So here we're going to add those 3 plus 1 because it's the same thing as adding on top of here. And then we're going to have to add 3 more here. And then the 6 inside of here, but we'll get to that. So anyway, I'm going to continue until we get to this corner so you don't get confused. Okay? So just make sure that you mark so you can count afterwards all your double crochets if it's even on both sides. Okay? So I'm almost at the end. Now on this side we started with 2 inside here. So we know that we have to complete until here. So far I have 92 double crochets on this side. Okay, but I'm still missing all the way to here with the 3 inside in the middle. So I have 92. And I already have 92 on this side. Okay, so we are at the edge. Now, I had mentioned I had 92. I have 93. Sorry about that. That's why it's always important to look ahead of the video and make sure that there's no mistake or change up on the game. So I have 93. I started with 2 and then 1 in the middle here and then 2. So I have 30. So that means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 little loops. Okay, 30 little squares here. On both sides, the same thing. So, of course, we're going to have to complete the rest of the stitches here. Okay, so we're going to have a total of 100 double crochet on each side, 100 here and 100 here. So I'm at 93 and the other side has 93. So I'm going to do 1 on top of here, which is 94, right in the connection where we closed all of the double crochets. 95, 96, 97. Okay, 3 in the same space because this one here, it's like putting 1 on top of the space here, you know, since we don't have a space, I put it right on the edge. So we have 97, 3 more in here. That's going to be for the 6 double crochets. So that makes 100. 3 double crochet. Now we have 93 on this side. I had made a mistake and I said 92, but it's not. It's 93. Sorry about that. So we're going to, so let's say 93. We're going to make the 3 in here for this side. 94, 95, 96, and we're going to do the 3 here, 97, 98, 99, that's your 3, exactly like we have here, that we did here, 99, and 1 at the edge here, 100, exactly like we did here at the edge. So now you need to go back and recount your double crochets to see if they're proper. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a marker 1, 2, 3 right in the middle of the 6 that we did here on the center. I'm going to separate it, 3 to one side, 3 to the other. So I'm going to put this marker on here just not to get mistaken. So I have half going to this side and half going to this side. That's in the middle of the 6 that we did in the center. And I also have my marker here in the middle. So now you start counting to make sure that you have 100 and then on this side 100. So you're going to have a total of 200 double crochets. Okay, but just make sure that it's 100 on each side so it balances out the pattern. Okay, now I'm going to cut my thread and I'm going to go into the cream for row number 3. This is 1, 2, and I'm starting row number 3. Hope I mentioned that I'm using 100% cotton thread, 4-ply, and hook number 3, and a pair of scissors, of course, and a small one to tuck in loose ends. Sometimes I forget where I'm at when I'm too concentrated on other stuff. Okay, so going into the cream. Now I'm going to start where I did the 3 double crochets inside of the same space here that we just finished up, okay? So I'm going to come in and I'm going to do double crochet, of course, a single, 2 chain. For some of you, 3 chain. Next space, double crochet. So, one more. Still belongs to those 3 double crochets that we did in the same space here. Now I'm just going to go into the middle of these 6 double crochets. We're going to start to do an increase. So on my first one, I'm going to do 2 double crochets together. That's my first increase in the first double crochet inside of the center. My second double crochet in the center, I'm doing 1 alone. Next space, 2 together. Next space, 1 alone. Next space, 2 double crochets together. Next space, 1 alone. So this is the last one inside of the space where we have the 6 double crochets in the center. So we have an increase of 1, 2, 3 times. Okay, so we started off with 3 double crochet, increase in the first double crochet in the center of the space, 2 together, 1 double crochet alone, next space, 2 together, 1 double crochet alone, next space, 2 together, and the last one alone. Now we're going to do a double crochet, 1 per space until the other edge. We're going to repeat this same way as we increased here, the 3 times. The same thing on the edge here. So on the first double crochet, 2 together, next 1 alone, 2 together, 1 alone, 2 together, and the last one, 1 alone. I'll meet you at the end. Just want to remind you again, row 3, we are coming in to the first double crochet inside of the center here, so we're adding 1 more. We're doing the increase into the same space. Next space, 1 double crochet alone, next space, 2 together, next space, 1 double crochet alone, next space, 2 together, and the last one of the 6 in the center, 1 alone. Now what you can do in order not to get mixed up all the time, what you can do is you can pretty much come here where the increases on the first one here and put a marker with a different color so you'll know, because we're always going to do increases in this corner here. Okay, so if you don't want to get mixed up, so you can always put a marker, whatever you have, on both sides, that you know that once you get to where we did an increase, we're going to do more increase all the way throughout the pattern. Okay, all right, so we continue on. The rest is all 1 double crochet until 1 per space until the end. Then we're going to close on the 3rd space, and I'll meet you in the 1, 2, 3, 4th row. Okay, everyone, going into row 4, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going in 2 chain. For some of you, 3 chain. Okay, So we're still on the side here. We're not in the center, so we don't do an increase here. So if you marked where you start your increase, we have the 2 inside of there. So we're going to do 1 per space. Now we are right where we have the 2 double crochets together, the increase. We're going to do 2 together on the second one. So after you do 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochets on your 5th, which is the second one of the increase from the bottom row, we're going to do 2 together. Okay, and then 1 alone and 2 together. 1 alone, 1, 2, 3, 4 on your 5th one, 2 together, 1 alone. Next one, 2 together, 1 alone. Next one, 2 together. Next space, 1 alone. Next space, 2 together. And then we have the last one here, which is 1 alone from the 6 that we done. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 increase. And then everything else stays the same. 1 double crochet per space. We're going to repeat this all the way around, getting to the other side, the other edge. You're going to do exactly the same thing as we did here. You're going to do your increase on the second double crochet from the increase of the row before. So I'll meet you at the end. We're going to close it up on the 3rd chain with a slip stitch. I'll see you on the next row. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, row 4. So I finished doing row 4, going into row 5. It won't be any different than this row because this is a table runner. I want it to be a little bit wider here. So chain 2 for me, chain 3 for some of you. Next space, double crochet. Next space, double crochet. Next space, double crochet. Now I'm coming in to the groups again, and to the first one of the 2 double crochets together, I'm doing 2 double crochets together. So after you do your 1, 2, 3, 4, on your 5th one again, 2 double crochets together. Next one, 1 alone, which is inside of where we have the 2 double crochets. Next space, 2 together. Next space, 1 alone. 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 And now we're back into the group again here, the last group. Let me just check something here. So we have on 1, 2, 3, 4, on the 5th row, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 more in the same space. 6 increase. Okay, so on the first double crochet where we have the 2 together on row 4, 1 2 3 4, we do 2 together, so that's 1 increase, 1 alone, second increase, 1 alone, third increase, 1 alone, fourth increase, 1 alone, fifth increase, 1 alone, and sixth increase. Now the rest is all 1 double crochet per space all the way around. Get to the other edge. We're going to repeat the same thing as we just did on this edge, so it can balance the oval out. Okay, I'll meet you at the end of row 5, going up, closing in on the third space with a slip stitch, going up chain 2 or 3 for some of you. Okay everyone, I pretty much finished row 5 going into row 6. So I've closed in with a slip stitch. I'm just going to do the walk, I call it the walk, into the next double crochet with a single and chain 2. I'm going to come into the next, actually no, sorry, into the same space and another double crochet, into the next space and the third double crochet. Now I'm going to do the double crochet diagonal, so that means I'm grabbing the first empty space here just before the chain that we went up, so I'm coming backwards into the first one here, into the back, and give it a stretch and do your double crochet diagonal. Chain 1. I'm going to skip 1 2, and on the third one I'm doing the double crochet again. Now be careful when you're skipping that you don't count this as one, because you have your third double crochet here inside. Okay, this is the fourth one, is the diagonal one, so you have to make sure that you don't count this as one space. You have to go to the next one, 1 2, and on the third space, and again, oops, on the same space again, sorry, 2 double crochet together, next space, double crochet, coming back to the empty space right before the double crochet, right in here, I'm coming in into the back, stretch it a bit, and do your double crochet diagonal. Chain 1 again, don't count this, this is already busy with third double crochet here, so 1 2, on the third one, double crochet in the same space, double crochet in the space right after, double crochet, coming back to the empty one just before the double crochet and doing a double crochet diagonal. And we're going to do the same way all the way around until the end. So I'll meet you at the end. 1 2 3 4 5, row 6. So I'll meet you right at the end of row 6. Okay you guys, so I'm at the end. Now I have 56 motifs, 22 on this side, 22 on this side, 6 on here, 2 4 6, and 6 on the other side, total of 56. Now on my last one here, if I count 1 2 and 3, I would have to go here and do one, but I'm not, because I already have that one right there and I have the right amount. So I'm going to do chain 1, and I'm coming directly into this space. Now it doesn't change anything at all. Okay, so even if you didn't want to skip the 1 2 3, you could have went right into 4, but it comes out to the same thing. It doesn't change anything. Okay, so now we are going to 1 2 3 4 5 6, we're going to row 7, 2 chain equals the double crochet, another double crochet, So we're doing double crochet over double crochet. I'm going to come in the center here and I'm going to do 1 double crochet, over double crochet, and we're going to proceed this way all the way around, coming in the center here, double crochet, and again. So 1 double crochet per space, over double crochet from the previous row, and 1 in the middle here of the 1 chain space. So we're going to continue to do that all the way around until the end. Okay, so we're still on the same one. I'm just making my turn, but I want you to mark so you don't get confused afterwards. So on your second one here, it's where we have the first increase, okay? On the next row, we're going to do an increase. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So on your 7th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So on your 7th, put a marker because we're going to do an increase here on the next row, okay? Just so you don't get lost. Because then if there's too many stitches on the way, it's kind of complicated after trying to show you and explain to you. So this makes it easier, okay? And then we're going to do again 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th one, we're going to do another marker. This is where we're doing the next increase. Okay. And you're going to do the same thing to the other side. So, and then again, 1, 2, 3, 4. On your 5th one, you're going to do another increase. I think it makes it easier like that, okay? Makes it easier when you have those markers, right? And then again, 1, 2, 3, 4. On your 5th one, another increase. So 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th one, we're going to do another increase here. And 1, 2, 3, 4. On your 5th one, another increase. This is for the next row, okay? It's just so it makes it easier on us not to forget. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 increases, okay? So we're doing 5 increase, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That means it's going to be, actually we should do 6, so to make it even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. So we're going to do 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. On your 5th one again, so we're going to have 6 increase. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it starts off from the first increase we have here. Okay, so you do your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you just skip 1, 2, 3, 4 on your fifth one, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4 on your fifth one, and you do again. Okay, so just count from your first increase here on 1, 2, 3, 4. On row 5, you have your first increase right there. It's the line right up. So we're doing the first increase and skip 4 on your fifth one. We're going to do the increase. We'll get there when we get there. Let's finish up our row. We have to do the same thing on this side. Okay, so once we pass through with the double crochets, we're going to mark it again on our first increase, which is right here, and we're going to mark it right here. Okay, well, we're going to have the double crochet, so it makes it easier for us to mark, right? Okay, so we finished doing row 7, going into row 8. Chain 2 for me, chain 3 for some of you, into the next space, double crochet, next space. Now it's going to be 1 double crochet, the same thing as the row we just finished. The only difference is we're doing increase where I told you to mark it. I'm going to put 2 in the same space. So we have 1 here where we have the double crochet, the 2 double crochets increase, and on the bottom row down here. So I'm going to add 2 together. One double crochet, 2, 3, 4, and on my fifth one, I'm adding 2 together. And again, the same thing, 1 double crochet per space, 2, 3, 4. On my fifth one, we're adding 2 together. So we're going to have 6 increases like I told you, and the rest stays the same. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. 2, 3, 4. Yes, I marked this one wrong. So actually, I'm going to keep it that way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 6. So on my sixth one on this one, and the increase, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to do it on my sixth one here. One, 2, 3, 4, and the other one on my sixth one also. It's just to balance it out. If you have it on the fifth, it doesn't matter. It's not really going to change anything. But I prefer to stretch it out so it can give me that nice firm round. Just like that. So it gives me that nice round shape. And then the rest is all 1 double crochet per space. Now you're going to do the same thing on the other end. So on the other end, if we did skip, so let's say we did the first increase, 1 2 3 4 5 6, on your 7th we did the increase, and then 1 2 3 4 5, on your 5th we did the increase, then 1 2 3 4, on your 5th we did the increase, 1 2 3 4 5 on the 5th. So we have 3 increases every 5th double crochet, and then we have 3 increases every 6th double crochet. Okay, so continue yours, 1 per space, and then come to the other end. We're going to do the same thing. So I haven't marked mine because I know where I have to add it at, but go ahead and mark yours like I told you. Just do the same thing, count, from the middle ones here if you want to, and check where you have your increase here, and then just go up the line and do it here, and then you're going to do 1 2 3 4 5. You're going to do increase, so that's the first increase, and then 1 2 3 4 5 second, 1 2 3 4 5 third increase, and then the other 3 is 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so we finished row 8, going into row 9, which will be 1 more row. So on the doilies, we did only 2 rows. On these ones, we'll be doing 3 rows because we need to make it bigger. It's a table runner, right? So we're going to repeat the same thing. We're going to do 2, chain going up, next space, double crochet. So where we have the increase, we'll be doing the increase, okay? And everything else stays the same. 1 double crochet per space, 2 4 5 6. On your 7th one, you should have already the first increase. So 2 4 6 7. I'm going to do 1 more. We're doing increase inside of the same one on number 7, and then we continue again, 1 per space. Now we most definitely are going to go to second video because it will take too much memory on my phone, so not just yet but soon. So we have another increase, so we're going to have the 6th increase again. So doing the increase in the first double crochet from where we have the increase from the previous row, 2 inside of the same space, and this is going to be repeatedly the same way all the way around. In the other corner will be the same thing. We're going to do the increase in the first double crochet where the increases are. So I almost passed this one. That's what happens when I'm just mumbling away. So here it is, and then you continue on to do your increases 6 times, exactly where we have the other increase, over the other increase I should say, on the first one here. So we're going to continue to do. Okay everyone, so we finished row 8, going into row 9. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Sorry. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So we're going into row 10. So yes, going into row 10. Don't mind me, sometimes I confuse myself on the rows. So I've closed in with a slip stitch. I'm going to do the walk into the next space with a single chain 2, next space, double crochet. So basically we're repeating here. The only difference is we skip 3 here. On the next one we're going to skip 4. I'm going to come back to the first space here, and do the diagonal double crochet like that. 1. I'm going to try to see if I can get away with 1 chain. Most probably it's going to be 2. 1, 2, 3 on the 4th space. If it's too tight, I'm going to have to do 2. It will be too tight. Okay. So 1, 2. So I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3 on the 4th space. Again, we're going to create the groups as we were doing 2 together and 1 in the next space, and come back and do the diagonal double crochet like that. We're going to do this all the way around. Chain 2 for space, 1, 2, 3 on the 4th one, and then again the next space and the diagonal double crochet. We're going to do this all the way around the same way. I'll meet you at the end of row 10. Okay everyone, so coming to the end, if I jump 1, 2, 3, 4 and I do my double crochet, so I did my 2 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll do my double crochet, and then again on the same space I'm going to be missing 5 here. So let's see if we can maneuver this a little bit different. So I'm going to do, instead of doing 2 on the same space, I'm going to do 1 per space on my last one here, and then I'm going to come back. I'm going to give it a nice good stretch, and 1, 2, and then I'm going to close it in, because 1, 2, 3, and then it falls right onto the 4. So it makes it easier, and it gives it a nice little stretch there, and it doesn't change anything on the pattern. Okay, so going into row 11, we're going to repeat 3 rows of double crochet. So chain 2, we're going to do 1 per space, and 2 double crochet inside of the 2 chain space, and 1 per space again. So very simple, nothing to it. So just continue to do your double crochets and 2 per space. Now I'm going to come up to here and see if it's not pulling too much. I'm going to keep it at 1, but if I see it's pulling too much and if I need to do an increase, then I'll come back and show you. Okay everyone, so after I've started, once I got here, I started noticing that it's starting to pull. So once we start to create our double crochets, so we have that space here. On the second one here, we're going to add 1 more, so we're increasing. Instead of putting 2 on the space, we're putting 3. And we're going to do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to add inside of the space. But only here at the edges. So we have 1 double crochet, or you could even add 2 here at the beginning. It doesn't matter where you add it, either here. So one more in the same space, and 1 in the next space. So we did our increase, and then we continue on with double crochet. So we're going to do this 6 times, 6 increases. So we are at our second increase. Again, into the space, 1 and 2 in the same space, and 1 right after. So we're at the third increase. Going into the space, 1 and 2 double crochet on the same space, next space 1. So we're at our fourth increase. Into the space, 1 more, and next space. We're on our fifth increase. And again, 2 together. So this is our last increase. And we continue to do the normal double crochet over double crochet. We're going to do the same thing on the other corner. So we skipped this one here, and we came and did the increase right after. Now if you realize, this is our first increase here from the 6, so it's on the second one. And on this side will be basically the same thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. On your 26th space here, counting the spaces after the last increase, 26 spaces. Let me just recount that to make sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So we do the increase here. That will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now you can put a marker or a little piece of thread to make sure that you know where you're doing your increase. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I'll meet you there. Okay, everyone, so we're going into row 12, taking out my marker because I know here I have to do the increase. So 1 and 2 double crochet on the same space, next space 1 alone, and then we continue on until the other marker. So that's my first increase. We have to do 6. My second increase. And 1 per space. Two in the same space. My third increase. And 1 per space. My fourth increase. And 1 per space. My fifth increase. My hands are stretched out, so keeps pulling the hook off. One per space. And my last increase. One, two, double crochet in the same space, one in the next space, and my regulars, 1 per space. Okay. So this is what it's going to look like. So I said row 12, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And doing, hold on a minute before I get lost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Sorry, row 11. That's right, row 11. Okay, so we're going to continue row 11 the same way. The next row, row 12, 1 per space, and the next row, row 13, 1 per space. So we're going to do 3 rows. The only difference is the first row we did the increase, row 12 and 13, no increase. We just do double crochet over double crochet. I will have to go to video number 2. I'm going to complete my 3 rows and I'll meet you in video number 2. Okay, so row 11, the increase, row 12, no increase, row 13, no increase, just double crochet over double crochet, and we're going to have the 3 rows of just double crochet. Okay, and then we're going to come back again. So I'll meet you in the part 2 video.